Hi everybody, welcome back to Season 5 TerraFirmaCraft with me, Sid, on TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded, and it's a new day. We're carrying on from where we left off when we came back, and we came back with this copper vessel of, well, this clay vessel of mainly the sphalerite, which is not, it's not good stuff, but it'll get us started. We have got one or two guys hanging around here wanting a little bit of the action. They haven't seemed quite figured out yet that if they get out of the water they burn. So yeah, we're just kind of using whatever. Hey, I can't quite reach him down there. Otherwise I could possibly use this to get a little bit of experience. Yeah, let's see if we can't just get this guy out of the way, because he's mine. Now, I think that's all the zombies in the area. There's a skelly barb over there, I believe, but we should be good to go down, pick up my javelin, and also pick up that little bit of experience. Every little bit of experience helps, because it all goes to making my hit points go up, which is all nice. I don't think there's a huge... Ooh, he dropped his brain. I'm assuming he wasn't that bright in the first place, but yeah, so with every level you go up, your hit points will go up, and that's always obviously beneficial. So, plans for today. Well, there are a few things we need to get going now. So, in terms of tools, we are good for a copper saw and we're good for a copper pickaxe. Now, there are some other tools that are useful. I think a copper axe would be really useful. We need to possibly get rid of that. Maybe, I don't know, I've got so much crap, it's untrue. Oh, I was going to say unblue, but that would really not work. This stuff here, a bit of rope, we can make some twine. Twine can be used for, I'm just trying to find out what we, and that can be used to make Tinker's Construct bowstring, but that's fairly minor stuff. I know we can use it also to make burlap cloth in the loom, which can be used to make various things, but most importantly of the things it can be used for, it can be used to make a bed. However, a loom we require 12 and we've only got things, so this will give us, once this is finished, we will have, actually it has finished, okay, there you go. We've now got enough to actually make a bed, which means we can start skipping the night, which will be hugely beneficial. However, we need to really get on with some stuff. So, what do we want in terms of things? We've got our sphalerite, tetrahedrite, and it's 15, so 15 units, so that's 30, that's 90 there. 6 is 90, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 180, plus that's 270, plus 1, 2, that is now 300 units of copper, which is enough to make 3 tools. The question is, which tools do we make? I'm just going to pop you down there and get this into here. So I think we need clay. I think we need to make, let's go with, no, I'm going to try and do this from memory because we have to kind of reverse. And I think an axe for definite. What else? A chisel for definite. If I can find a chisel mold, there you go. So that should just be like that. So chisels are invaluable in this. A hammer, hammer or a sword. See, a sword, if we go and find the irrelevant TCON one, not TCON, TFC one, is 165 damage, which is enough to kill a zombie in about 3 hits. But it's absolutely useless against skeletons and not that brilliant against anything else either. We're not going to get anything better than a sword of those materials, so that's no point really looking. Cardboard sword, yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. And bismuth bronze would be ideal, but we don't have the materials for that right now. So a sword would be ideal. The other way of doing this would be to go with a hammer. Now the problem is that's a warhammer. I don't want a warhammer, I just want a hammer. This one. So if we were to go with a copper hammerhead, which would make a hammer, that's got 80 attack damage, but it's crushing. So now I think a sword. I think a sword is definitely the way to go here. So let me just double check what we need for a sword mold. It is that. So that, and that. Okay. I think we have everything we need. We've got straw. We should have one of these should have enough logs to make a bunch of stuff. Let us go and get those cooking. And actually, I don't know why I'm going down. I've not got anything up here that is flammable. So while we've not got to worry about that, let us do that here. Well, I just beat the ground to death with a piece of wood. That's the way to do this. So yeah, we'll get the basics going. I have to say I'm really pleased with the reception my coming back to TFC has had. It's kind of not surprising because obviously I know how much TFC is a popular pack, but it doesn't make it any the less, you know, exciting when you do find that you're getting a lot of good feedback. It's always nice to know that what you're doing has been appreciated. So thank you for that, everybody who's sending me the appreciative things. I need. I don't remember placing that. All right. And copper's only a stepping stone thing as well, so you know this is not obviously where we're going to anywhere where we're stopping. Oh my, that was a thought. Yeah, my clay vessel died, didn't it? Which means I need to do that. Maybe I should have made another one. Or maybe we should, while we're getting on with that, maybe do some other bits. Now, we need to top off our food, and I need to just double check something. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright, they've all completed, so we'll pick those up. What I needed to check was the presence of... Right, let me just stop talking a second and do these. I'm looking for certain log types because we need to make tannin if we're going to make leather. However, unfortunately, we don't have the relevant logs around here, so we need oak or Douglas fir or hickory would be good. Hickory is always a nice one, but we don't have those in the area, so that's you know, kind of scuppers that idea. However, we do have... I suppose we ought to take these out of their molds first. And a chisel. And then we should be good to make the various tools of the trade necessary for survival. And obviously we've got 165 slashing on that, which is better than a kick in the face. We've got our chisel. We also, with the chisel, will need things like now we go there, and there. That was it. It's a long time since I made some of these. Stone hammer, chisel. Now you can take your chisel and you can put your hammer next to it, and then you can pick your mode, which should be whether you're doing details, a variety of patterns. And yeah, I've gone too far. Is it the other way around to go back? It is. And obviously you can take this to get rid of bits in the world quite easily, and I use this a lot for mining because breaking a chisel block doesn't check for cave-ins, which is really handy. And also these, once you place them, mean that you can't get caved in on the top of. But right now what it means is I can clear all of this stone off the thing, and we can start to get some building material for a small house, which is kind of good, because at the moment our survival is entirely dependent on me sitting on this hilltop. Oh, give me that, thank you. Sitting on this hilltop hoping that nobody notices me. We can't sleep through the night easily, you know. We are pretty dependent on everything working a certain way. Now, to move forwards, there are some other things we're going to need, as well as the tannin and the I think it's lime water we need. If I'm trying to remember the process for the leather tanning, we are also going to need wool yarn, and yeah, quite a few things really that we need and we haven't got. And one of the problems with having with the wool yarn is, so far we haven't seen a bloody sheep, which is a common problem for me playing TerraFirmaCraft. I often get stuck sheepless. But this does mean we've got some blocks now, some solid, fairly solid blocks. I've got some dirt. Yeah, I've got some dirt, and we can just, for the time being, replace this in here. Now, ultimately, when we build, we're not going to have a dirt floor, so that's fine. But we should be able to get rid of. Right, you can go back down there. What are you like? I should really sort these out, which is, I suppose, what we will do now. This is food. It hasn't really decayed a great deal. That is some more seeds, so we can take those out and put those in the relevant spot. Bone goes in there. Shale rock can stay on us, that's fine. That can go in. This is more seeds, so that's all good. We'll need these later down the line. And then we've got suet and cow bladder. Cow bladder goes in, suet. Oh damn, now here's where we hit fun. It's alright, there are answers to this problem as well. And that's the answer. Turn them into blocks. And basically, let's get this thing back and ready to go, because we are going to have to head out now and try and find some basic materials. We're a little bit better equipped. We've got a whole load of stuff. I'm going to actually leave the chisel be. No, I'm not. We'll probably want it, actually. I think we've got everything. We just got too much of stuff at the moment. This is half the fun. Fresh water. Alright. Yep. Let me pick this up. We shall eat something. What shall we eat now? That looks like it'll free up an inventory spot. And we're going to go and explore and try and find some sheeps. I think would be ideal. Hi fellas, how are you doing? Have I got anybody down? I have got somebody down here, haven't I? Yeah, I see you, sir. Oh. Why don't you come and stand over there, maybe? No? Okay. Okay, right. We are going to head off and try and find some alternative locations for sheepsters with our boat, and we'll get some fresh water while we're going. Oh, let's just push away from here. So, in terms of where we are, we're here. I could probably do with either going up this way, maybe, or around that way. I think we'll head up there. So I'm off looking for sheeps and certain types of logs and anything else that's of interest and stuff. So I'll be back in a mo. cows are not a problem. The bloody cows everywhere. What are you? Pine, ash, no good to me. Sheep, more elusive, and this terrain is horrendous for traversing. So we may have to go down onto the beach, I think, if we can get back down and then walk around it, because this is not going anywhere. Really having to keep my eye on what's going on with this terrain. It's really, really crevassy and pitty. Oh god, here we go, more crevassy pittiness. But sheep, I don't know why sheep are always a problem for me. They always, without fail, are an issue. Maybe I should make that my criteria before I settle on a seed, is just go, no, we're going to have sheep before we do anything. Ash. Oh wow. I don't know what is that ore sample. Is there any more of them up here? Jeez, silver again. I don't need silver right now. Silver is completely useless to me. So yeah. Okay, cancel that and close. But that's fine. We'll find our way around it. We will get the sheep situation addressed ultimately. But right now, I'm going to go and grab. I don't really want to grab that food because I don't need it. And if I grab it, it's just going to start rotting in my inventory. Oh, peanuts. Again, it will just rot. It would be a waste to grab it. So yeah, right. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. I shall be back in a while, and probably empty-handed, most likely. I've got a very strong feeling that this is going to be a sheepless exercise, which is going to be a pain. The annoying thing is, of course, is when I get the sheep, I'm going to have to kill them, because I've got no other means of stripping the wool off them at this stage. I can't make shears, and they wouldn't allow me to shear them anyway, because, you know, for some reason TFC sheep have a choice. Unlike real sheep, which don't have a choice when it comes to shearing. You don't sit there and go, you know, you're not. I don't want you to shear me. You'll respect my opinion. That doesn't happen with sheep. That happens with many things, but not with sheep. So yeah, back in a bit. Alright, I'm just waiting on the sun to come up. Over there is a landmass, and if I just show you where. So from my home, we've explored all the way around here with some silver and limonite, and didn't really find much over there. And I've come down here, we've explored around here, there's more trace elements over there. I've come around here, back through here, and I started heading back home, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sail straight north, because sheep are a more cold weather thing. This is my theory. I don't know whether it actually will bear out. So I've sailed north, and we've come across another continent. Now there appears to be a very large tree there, and if I were a gambling man, I would say that was a sequoia. I'm not a gambling man, but I will still say it's a sequoia, because it is almost certainly a sequoia. Let's just let that fella burn up. Come on, Bernie. Yes, that's it. Nicey Bernie. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm pretty certain that is a sequoia. Yeah, I can't really afford to chop down a sequoia, because I don't want to waste the wood. And well, I suppose we're not a million miles away from home, and this actually looks like a nice barren area. This is kind of I found a place where also before we do I chop down. Can we get a little bit of you? If I start at you with this, will you do some chopping for me? Chop, 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 chop. How much chopping will we get? Come on, give me a chop, chop. We got a little bit, but that's enough. That's all we need. We only need like one bit for that for the jute. Now we got jute. I found a spot that I think might be a nice area to look at that bay there. It's as best I can tell, there's nothing unpleasant around it. Don't know, I haven't looked down there, but that might be a spot that we could look at having our final permanent base. At this point in time, I'm not making any snap decisions because I've done these so many times now where I go, oh, we'll live here, and then go, oh man, I wish I'd lived here. And yeah, I don't want to take the chance of that happening again too soon. I could do with some fresh water. Food is fine. Fresh water is sometimes more troublesome to find, especially this close to the sea. But he's got some ores in the cliffside there. I do like these mountainous regions as well because they are very handy for finding. We'll probably find some fresh water there. Let's eat something for starters. Now I tried to eat this actually earlier and it did not want to let me eat it. Why are you not letting me eat that? What about that one? Interesting. It would appear that there may be an issue with venison. If there is, we'll find out what it is and see if we can fix it. But I'm not in any desperate rush. We have got plenty of food. I would like to know what this ore node there. It's amazing how easy they are to spot once you get used to spotting them. I know that kind of makes no sense because obviously they're easy to spot when you're used to spotting them. But I've played this long enough. Surface coal. Okay, well that's always a bonus. It's not a bonus right now, but we'll stick it on anyway. New surface coal. And we'll mark it in black. Just make sure. Most of them I'm not bothering. The colour schemes, there isn't anything. I may go through one day and just like tidy them up, but a lot of this is just me marking things on just to be thorough when we want to come back and find things. So I've also been avoiding marking bauxite because there's so much of it. It is not rare at all. I can think of a dozen places off the bat without even breaking a sweat where I could just go and mine bauxite within, you know, a short boat ride of the base that we currently have. So that's a thing. So what we're still missing is sheepses. There's this jute which we will have. I'll certainly have the ones that are ripe. I may have the ones that are not ripe as well. The ripe ones obviously give me the jute and the seeds. The unripe ones, which are they're 85%. Man, hey, let's have a look. You are 86%, 79%, and 91%. So there's no point harvesting that unless I just want the seeds. And I might hover around this area a bit while I kind of search and check everything out thoroughly, because that's ardite. And that kind of answers a question on what we're doing with tinkers. Now, tinkers looks like we can work with that straight off the bat. It looks like there are flint versions of the tools. We can do copper versions. It looks like something we can get started on more or less immediately, which is both interesting and somewhat dangerous, I think, because again, I'm still... Oh, why did you have to be down there, sheep? Oh, God. Get in the sea. Oh, hello, what are you? Magnetite, surface. J. Aha, I knew it was well worthwhile coming up here. Surface, magnetite, 25. Bright red. At some point we'll get them all classified properly, and I'm not mining that up right now. What I do want to do is go and find that sheep though, because he's the answer to me getting some string, and string is really important for one thing that I need. The fruit trees I will get again once we get a bit closer to having a place to call home. Right now I can't see much point in setting up, you know, a home kind of homestead when we're not necessarily going to be staying anywhere. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're healing, are you? Okay, we'll soon see about that, Mr. Sheep. And we'll also soon see about this. And maybe a nibble, actually, while we'll wait. Just... I really feel rotten having to kill the one sheep we've found, but we need it. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You know, this guy... My character can swim, you know. It's, I mean, I wouldn't like to try and swim with a sword in my hand. Mutton, sheepskin, suet, sheep's bladder, important bit. Wool. That's what I knew. That's what I needed. We do need to do some more work on that, but that has got the essentials done now. What I should do is go and have a look around the mouth of this river to see if that is another sheep that has washed out to sea, which it is. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Sheep, but we're still going to give you a close shave. And then we're going to go back home, I think. But this is... Oh, we got a level there as well, which means we're now a little bit tougher and a little bit harder and a little bit better than we were. Let's do that. A couple of those. Can we stack them? We can. Okay, that's good, good. Right, so that is good news. So we've got weapons out of this episode. We're not armoured yet, but that's not a biggie. I don't think I was armoured till quite late in the game, the last season, so other than bits and pieces that we got caught out, which is why, you know, obviously you play TerraFirmaCraft like you're the biggest coward on the planet, which I am. Yeah, so that should be that. I'm just going to swing around here a little bit. J, bang, new, sheeps, bright red, save, close. I'm not going to kill any more. I would rather have sheep, living sheep, than dead sheep, but obviously until we get shears we're a little bit stuffed. Yeah, that jute doesn't look to have grown yet, so I think we're now going to head back towards home, and I think next episode we're going to see about getting ourselves some home comforts, a bed, walls, storage, loom, all of the good things, and maybe even making a start on something like maybe a bow, maybe some T-con. Not entirely sure, but I'm going to take the trip home because it's going to take a short while, and yeah, I will see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.